The educational system of Myanmar is operated by the government Ministry of Education. Universities and professional institutes from Upper Burma and Lower Burma are run by two separate entities, the Departments of Higher Education, whose office headquarters are based in Yangon and Mandalay respectively. The education system is based on the United Kingdom's system, due to nearly a century of British and Christian presences in Burma. The first government high school was founded by the British colonial administration in 1874. 2 years later, this government high school was upgraded and became University College, Rangoon. Nearly all schools are government-operated, but recently, there has been an increase in privately funded schools. Schooling is compulsory until the end of elementary school, probably about 9 years old, while the compulsory schooling age is 15 or 16 at international level. The literacy rate of Burma, according to the 2014 Burma census, stands at 89.5%. The annual budget allocated to education by the government is low. Only about 1.2% is spent per year on education. English is taught as a second language from kindergarten. Most of the early mission schools since 1860 in Burma were nationalized on 1 April 1965 after the order restoration of General Ne Win. History. During British colonial rule, educational access for women improved tremendously. In the pre-colonial era, male education was emphasized in the traditional Buddhist monastic education system. The number of female students enrolled in school rose 61% from 1911 to 1921, and another 82% from 1921 to 1931 with expansion of the colonial and private education system, primarily in the form of all-girls schools. This was mirrored by an increase in female employment. From 1921 to 1931, there was a 33% increase in employment of women in public administration, law, medicine, education, and journalism sectors. When Burma gained independence in 1948, the government sought to create a literate and educated population, and Burma was believed to be on its way to become the first Asian tiger in the region. However, 1962 coup d'état isolated and impoverished Burma. All schools were nationalized and educational standards began to fall. Burmese replaced English as the medium of instruction at Burmese universities in 1965, with the passing of the new university education law a year earlier. This led to a rapid decline in English proficiency among the Burmese. English was reintroduced as a medium of instruction in 1982. In 1977, the two-year regional college system was introduced by the Burmese government as a way to disperse college students until they were about to graduate, a system that was ended in 1981. Due to students' protest of 8,888 uprising, all universities were closed around Burma for 2 years. Since the 1990s, new structure of education system was weak as government faced crisis to universities clash and set up a 6-month term for an academic year. The SPDC government arranged irregular commencement dates for universities and colleges. However, students were still in clash. Another series of students' strike in 1996 and 1998 resulted in another 3 years of closure. After the reopening of universities and colleges in 1999, the government scattered universities in different regions. The relocation of certain universities were made under relative ministries. New system had been made that the university term was shortened by 1 year, providing a bachelor's degree for just 3-year course. However, improvements were rapidly made despite the early disturbances. In 2005, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs officially announced that Burma education was reaching an international standard and the government had fully entitled to 156 universities and colleges in Myanmar. Today, Myanmar lags far behind in terms of educational standards. learn-all by rote education system, adversely trained teachers, practice of bribery, as well as usage of aged resources have been the trademarks of primary and secondary schools of Myanmar. Plus, students are made to take copious tuition since learning at school is not considered enough. Miserably indeed, students learn everything, from answers of English grammar questions to essays, by heart. All questions asked in tests are seen. Exceptionally, some tests of grade 5, grade 9, grade 11 are unseen unless the test papers are secreted. Many universities have been built and scattered throughout cities to prevent students' participation in potential unrest. Besides these actions, students attending these universities are not allowed to speak freely, to write freely or to publish freely. Uniform. School uniforms are mandatory throughout public schools in Burma, from kindergarten until the 10th standard. From kindergarten to the 4th standard, the compulsory boy uniform is a white shirt and green pants, which can be short or long. Shoes and Burmese sandals may be worn. The girl uniform is similar, consisting of a white shirt and a skirt or pants. From 5th standard until matriculation, traditional Burmese attire is considered appropriate school uniform. The boy uniform is a white shirt and a green sarong called a paso, along with Burmese sandals. For girls, a traditional Burmese blouse and a green sarong called a tamain are worn, along with Burmese sandals. Preschool and kindergarten. Preschools are open for children over 2 years of age and they are in extensive care or public systems. Kindergarten starts from the age of 5. Primary, lower secondary and upper secondary schools in Burma are under the Department of Basic Education. The official commencement date for those schools is the 1st of June. Primary education. Primary education is officially compulsory. It lasts 5 years, and to continue on to secondary school, students must pass a comprehensive examination of basic subjects. Secondary education. Secondary schools are usually combined, containing both middle and high schools. Children of rich and well-known families are often given easier access to the more prestigious secondary schools. There is much corruption in educational equality. But in both primary and secondary schools, the system is no-failure education system. Only at the end of the high schools or at the entrance of the college, university, the system is changed. High schools students choose one of 2 tracks upon entering high school: science or arts. All high school students take Myanmar, English, and mathematics. However, science-specialized students also take 3 additional subjects: chemistry, physics and biology as part of their coursework, while arts-specialized students take geography, history and economics. These routes also determine what matriculation subject exams they are administered and what tertiary schools they can apply to. At the end of Standard 10, students take the university entrance examination, commonly referred to as the matriculation exam in English, administered by the Board of Examinations annually in mid-March. High marks in a subject garner a distinction known as Gondu. Students who achieve distinctions in 5 or more subjects are generally guaranteed placement in one of Myanmar's medical universities, the most selective of universities. Test score results are released at testing sites throughout the country in June. Since 2007, Mon State has had the highest matriculation pass rates in the country. Students who attend international English language schools or other private schools are not eligible to sit for the matriculation exam, nor are they allowed to enroll in Burmese universities. Instead, they typically study overseas, at destinations such as Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, United Kingdom and the United States. In 2010, 695 Burmese international students studied in the United States, particularly in private liberal arts colleges. Tertiary education.